Okay, let me just change the category. Ace Attorney Investigation 2. Okay, we're back. So yeah, we're back for another session of Ace Attorney Investigation 2, Episode 2. Hopefully today, our third day of playing this episode, we'll finish it today. Ideally, I preferred to have finished it yesterday, but it is what it is. It's actually a blessing in disguise, because I do think that this will probably most likely be the last stream on this channel before Christmas comes. So we'll be streaming again on this channel most likely after Christmas. Probably definitely before the new year, but yeah, sometime after Christmas. I'll probably do lots more art streams on the other channel leading up to Christmas, and I might stream on the other channel as well, playing some other random games, maybe finishing off Astria Ascending, or I don't know, maybe Final Fantasy 14 if I'm in the mood to play Final Fantasy 14. What other games? I don't know if I'm going to do Lost Judgment. I think I'll probably do Lost Judgment on this account, this channel, where I could do the Kaito files, what they're called, just his story, his quests, whatever, his missions and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that game won't happen until after I finish Ace Attorney anyways. That will be the next game I'll be playing. But yeah, without further ado guys, let's continue on with Ace Attorney. From the previous stream, where do we end it off? We ended it off where we actually don't know. I still don't know who killed Knight. We speculated that it was Karness, but there's some evidence that suggests that it might not actually be him and it could be someone else. So I guess we'll find out who was the real killer and their motives, because I still don't know why he died, or why the person killed him, but we'll see. But anyways guys, without further ado, let's get it, let's go. March 10:12 AM, Prison the Yard. Yeah, so people are speculating that they dumped the body through the well. That can only be possible, I guess, if they got keys to the padlock. And who has access to the keys? Must be a member of staff, right? Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although, that might be easier said than done. There's nothing left to investigate. Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday. This is a recap, so I'm not going to reread it. Yeah, the well. So she thinks they were thrown down the well, but who knows? I feel like technically any other workers could do it though, right? Oh, that's what it feels like to me. Had Knight's body really been thrown down the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little. Okay, this is like a good quality of life stuff that wasn't in the original trilogy of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, because we have so much, I won't call it clutter, we've got so much evidence and stuff like that, right, which we've used already, and if we're not going to bring it up anymore in our like trial or testimony or whatever, the objection part, then I guess we should remove all these clutters, right, and narrow it down, make it a bit more less to work with, because I do feel like sometimes I may not know the answer and I will have to flick through each and every one of these evidence to see which one it could be, and obviously the more evidence you have, the harder it is for me to figure out what it could be if there's more and more evidence being accumulated. And if we narrow it down from, for example, I don't know, like say 20 to 10, then I probably have an easier time to pinpoint what the right evidence is. So we saw this one now. I don't think this has been cut down. I think it's going to be cut down now. So there's 3 pages, almost 3 full pages, but we'll see. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay. So let's see now. Let's see here. I see. Okay, so they just removed what, like 4 evidence, but it's better than nothing. So those 4 evidence were no longer going to be in use. So it's like whatever. So yeah, I can't remember which ones they were. The black dog is one of them, and I don't know the rest, what the other ones are. But yeah, I guess all these stuff are potential evidence when using in the testimony stuff, but we'll see. Huh? There's a cover on it. A dried up well slap bang in the middle of a prison? Figures it be locked. Well, luckily, I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff? I think not. We do this investigation by the book. Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa. What is it, Kay? The lock's broken from the looks of it. It's been broken for a long time. Ah, so it is possible then to throw the body down the well then, if the lock's broken. If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well. What are you thinking, Mazzarino? Plausible or not? Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell us if Mr. Knight's body was here and which way it went. Good idea. I call Detective Gumshoe. Ring, 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 ring. Moshi, moshi. Gumshoe speaking. Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you. You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh? I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of your witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you. Yes, sir. I'll be there before you know it. So, what shall we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek? Is that what people call it? Hide and go seek? I call it hide and seek. What's hide and go seek? I'm sure it's the same thing, but yeah. Why the go? A fine idea, kiddo, but where exactly would we hide? Oh, welcome back, we're nice. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's hide and seek. Yeah, where's the go? Why is there a go in there? He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one. Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up. Yeah, it's been such a long time since we seen this reconstruction thing. I will not be Mandela affected again. True. Yeah. I think it's hide and seek as well. Let me show you. Introducing a great secret weapon. Little thief. Wait, did we miss the thing? I say, what now? Oh, she's got the slider phone. I miss those phones. Flip phones too. Wow, screens appearing from a thin air. This is some next level tech, little sis. Wanna talk me through the deets? What are you doing now? I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation. Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it. Don't believe me? The Robert De Niro Dakota Fanning movie is called Hide and Seek, and that's said true. I don't know if I've seen that movie, Hide and Seek, but I believe you. Wait, did I read that line? Let me go back and see. Yeah, I've read it. How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looks like yesterday? Good idea. That's when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? We may have overlooked something. Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beep beep boop boop beep beep boop beep boop beep. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projections power to the max and dark skies of evening when no other bird dares to take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. You're not missing anything. Another one of those awesome premise movies that failed in its execution. Oh no. Feels bad, man. Now, witness the true power of a real modern day Robin Hood. Yipes, what is this? It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modelled on the data I gave Little Thief. This gadget was this gadget was a tool used by the original Yatakarasu, but they used it to plan robberies. Well, there's no harm in using it for someone on the right side of the law now. Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. It can't simulate things it doesn't have data for, and if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too. But this particular recreation is based on Kay's photo, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started? Don't forget, you can examine stuff in the recreation just like in real life. You can also present evidence to try and clear up any inconsistencies you find. Of course, thank you for the reminder. Now, let's take a look at that well. I guess we go to the well then, yeah? That's what he said. We should examine... Okay, we don't need to read this. This is probably the same thing he says over and over again. Let's go on this pulley. What a bunch of pulleys doing here. They don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. Rope. There's a sturdy looking hemp rope lying on the ground. Kinda reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug of war in school. The answer is no, Kay. I hate you, so thanks for the seven stream streaks. Yeah, easy points, yeah. I'm not sure what you can use the points for, but yeah. Maybe when I reopen the community target goal in playing platform games, most notably Crash Bandicoot 2 at the moment. Yeah, I guess you can use your channel points then. What? I didn't even say anything yet. I see it also has metal stake attached to one end. Oh, that's to pin things down right onto the ground. Oh yeah, it looks like something you used to put up a tent. But there was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? £300. Sorry, £30, sorry. It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs... The projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay? Sure, it was £30. What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyways? It doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate. Let's check this well. The well was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could throw Knight's body down it during this show. This is looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint. So what do you think of all the stuff around the well was used for? I can't see any of the animals needing them for their part of the performance. Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Ms. Berry later. Oh, more investigation. Let's maybe check the elephant door. Let's try the elephant first and maybe the door after. What was the name of our trunk happy friend again? Azia, the Asian elephant. Okay. Of course, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it? Have you been playing the MSQ patch stuff, Chasu? How's that going? Just waiting for the Popo to go away. Okay. Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, not in front of the poor elephant herself. I suspect that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon too. Oh, you're done with it already? Nice. Did Johnny finish it last night as well? Yesterday? Nah, he didn't. Okay. I don't know how much content there was. Seems like a lot then, because he streamed for quite some time. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief now. Sure thing. Prepare to return to normality. Beep beep boop beep beep boop. Okay, so he's got the current patch to do now. Okay. This is probably Gumshoe. Sorry, sir. I came as quick as I could. Ha! Speak of the devil. Ah, detective. That was indeed impressively quick. You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting. Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seems way more fun than rehearsal, so I ditched them for the day. I don't know why, I feel kind of sus about Regina. Like, she hasn't played a massive role in this episode, so I feel like she might have done it, and that's how she gets a bigger role. Maybe she didn't do it out of... she didn't do it because she wanted to. Maybe she was coerced or, like, was paid or something to do it. I don't know, we'll see. It's very much appreciated. Alright, detective, let's get started with Missile. Yes, sir. Hey, Missile, over here, boy. Woof woof, bark bark, bark 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 bark. Wait, what's wrong with Doggo? What's the matter? Come on, boy. Come on. He doesn't like something. Who's he barking at, Regina? What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Oh, the elephant. Oh, the alligator. Eek! Alligator! Guess he's not a fan, sir. Well, I doubt he'd be much help to us like this. Any other bright ideas, Mazzarino? Yes, actually, Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand? Yeah, if you could tame the alligator and tell the alligator to sod off, then we can proceed with Miles. Not Miles, with Missile. Oh, I'd love to. Just tell me what you need. Do you want me to teach Annie some tricks? I don't doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show. I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right? If you'd be so kind. Okay, I've plugged in all the data, firing up the simulation. Ooh. Also, the well we can't see at the moment. I wonder why. Here you go. This is what the yard was like during the show. Does that... no, the well was definitely there, but maybe the items may or may not have been there. Who knows? The time at which the body was purported to have been thrown down the well. Oh wow, this is amazing. It's like magic. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data. Which is why, the area behind the stage is missing. Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there. No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself. Oh no. It's all my Freely's associate's fault. Objection, offender. Anyways, we got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data too. I can switch back whenever you want the recreation of them taking down the stage. so we can examine the scenes both during and after the show, and switch between the two at will. I can switch between recreations by using triangle to talk with K. Now then, let's continue our investigation, shall we? Okay. Let's speak to Regina. So, do you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties. The old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Ali's just the cutest. So that's Ali the alligator. Cute? That fully grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond? Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you could just walk up then. Chomp, you know? Oh, don't be silly. She'd never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Super worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, super. Don't rope me into this. How about Edgeworth?
Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face.
It is?
Miss Howes may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it.
Yes, we're going to be fishing for an alligator.
Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too.
Okay, maybe we gotta use that soon. I don't know. I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, detective. It would appear that we're missing some data for this point in time. Yep, that's about the size of it. You gotta go steal us some data. Yeah, he's just got a metal detector. It's like, you know, I don't know if you used to play like point and click games like Broken Sword and stuff like that. You know, it'd be like a massive telescope. Oh, this one might come in handy and put inside his coat pocket or whatever. Or his back pocket of his jeans or whatever. It's like this as well. He just happened to have a casual metal detector in his pocket. I've actually never used a metal detector before. I wonder what it's like. Do you have to hold a button or is it just beeps? You probably, I'm assuming you gotta hold a button so it scans, right, and then it beeps, beep, 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 and when you let go of the button, it stops beeping. Else it'll just be perpetually beeping, and which be kind of annoying. Unless there's a toggle switch on and off button. I guess that works too. I don't steal data, okay? I use logic and deductions to get what I need. Well, I'm more of an act first, think later gal. Please don't act to my workload with your recklessness. I would hate to have to order your arrest. Okay, can we talk to the tiger? A story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. Because wasn't Saint supposed to be a monkey? He doesn't look like a monkey, he looks like a clown. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on that stage too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off that stage. Yeah, because they said that he got yeeted, didn't he? Ah, yes, that scene. This is a thing, a recap, so I'm not gonna... A flashback, sorry, not a recap. I'm not gonna read it. And that's why she thinks he did it, because he was yeeted off the stage. He wasn't on the stage for 15 minutes, and that's his time to throw someone down the well and kill someone, etc. Roughly, how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry? Let's see, I guess it was around 15 minutes? Just as Judge Gavel said. Isn't it a pretty hairy health and safety wise having an elephant fling a guy off the stage? Not at all, Az is very gentle. I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly. Yeah, if you're like 20 meters up in the air, then you're 20 meters up in the air, you know. Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage, not because of Azure though. Simeon had figured out some kind of trick apparently. Isn't that amazing? A trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick? Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start. So he's got a trick to... Oh! He must have used the pulley, right? And that 30-pound weight must have... Oh! Do you think he used the pulley and the weight to force it to drop down the well, and because of the distance that it drops down the well, it will bring him up because of the weight thing, right? And that's why it looks like he's been yeeted. So he's moving because of the weight and the force from the 30-pound weight going down the well, dropping down the well. I think that could be it. He must have yanked something because something must have held it in place, and then he must have yanked something. Maybe the rope with the stake at the end, which has been like hammered into the ground, maybe into the mud. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Because we got clues here, right? I think we got clues that we can show. No, where is it? Oh, we don't. Or is it here? In this thing here, with all these equipment, maybe that's what he used to get himself yeeted. Okay. Anything else? What is this? Cannonballs. The basket was empty in the other recreation. Was it? I can't say I remembered. Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Okay, I'll take their word for it. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier. Oh? That basket was holding Azia's food, but if it was food, then what's there apples in? On the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof. I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry. Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. What's the importance of these apples? Apple does give a strong, sweet scent. I wonder if that's the scent on night. Oh, you could hide a body in that basket trolley and then put apples on top. Wait, that could be the reason why he smelled sweet, because he was hiding inside this bunch of apples. Maybe I'm onto something here. We'll see. We've got loads of these clues now. We've got 6 in fact. Maybe we can put them together. Yeah, I think probably the elephant and the apples maybe. Connection. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Azia. Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them, but it had wheels so anyone could easily push it. Are you sure about that? Oh yes, it was still full of apples the night before the show. Then we must consider possibilities that the cart was moved to somewhere within Azia's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. Yeah, basket of apples. The basket was moved by someone in the night before the show. Someone who had access to this area. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation. K. Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance then. Updating based on what Regina told us now. There, all done. Okay, is there any more that we can do, maybe? Yeah, I think it's the items around the well and his big moment. That's what he used the rope and the weight and the pulley to yeet himself. If Azir the elephant is super gentle and just nudged him and didn't want to harm him. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene. Could it have something to do with all the items we found by the well? Kay, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. Can you have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stage? You got it. Taking another look at these items. Could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's? Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I could maybe add it to the simulation. Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details. Roger that, I'll be right back. She's back. I'm back. He told me exactly how he did it. Excellent. Well, how does it work? He said he used a pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope. Okay, that's what I said so far. And he must have opened the lid so that the weight drops down. And that's how he yeets him. So he must have like yanked something, I'm guessing. And lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys and was tied around his body. I see, so he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to? He used a snake to stop it. That's how. Oh, okay, so it was there and not in the mud. Okay. That's the only part I got wrong, I guess. Ms. Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake. That's right. And to do that, he had a second length of rope. Yeah, that's what I thought. He yanked the stake, but I thought the stake was in the ground and not holding up the weight in position. My question then is, why was the lid of the well open? Who opened it? Did he open it? Who busted the padlock, the lock? He tied it to the stake and then when he gave it a sharp tug? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how he got yeeted. The stake was released and the weight dropped down the well. It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire. It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough. Alright, practice it is then. Well, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation? Alright, then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now, to add in the data. Little Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now. So this is how Mr. Saints performed this trick. Yeah, the weight's already through the lid. And it looks like the lock is not busted open. Simeon's full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius. Indeed. But I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him, at the very least. That is true, because if it's not heavier than him, he won't go down. The weight will be suspended in midair. What did he use to bring it down? Apples? A sack of apples? A dead body? Definitely not 30 pounds. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that, yeah. Yeah, and probably a ton of practice. What other ones do we have here? Metal detector. A basket of apples, pulling force 30-pound weight. Okay, I'm gonna try pulling force on 30 pounds of weight first and see what we get. Maybe I should save as well. Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you?
No.
You haven't noticed, Detective? There's something strange about the weight we found. How heavy it is, yeah. Don't throw your back when you pull, yeah. I'm so old, yeah, my back is already gone already. Oh, me back, come on! Insufficient weight, more weight would have been needed to lift Saint into the air, true. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground.
Oh yeah.
In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing? That or a dead body, or apples or something, I don't know.
Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir.
Or maybe something metallic, like heavy metal. Should the need to use them arise? I suppose I should speak with him then. Okay. Let me save, it's been a while. We haven't saved yet. There we go. Beep boop, beep boop. I can only think of maybe insufficient weight and metal detector. And we can try and find if there's more weights around. Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons.
Roger that.
The metal detector, if you would be so kind.
Oh jeez, I'm never gonna use my fishing rod.
I'm sorry, Gumshoe, this isn't an RPGs. We know JRPGs love their fishing. RPGs love their fishing, but this isn't an RPG, I'm afraid.
So, before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. It's simple enough. It uses this sound, and then this gauge, to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly it will react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, it's the fence. Anyways, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want to look, sir, and I'll get right on it.
Oh, it's cold.
Sir, I'm picking up something over here.
Oh, maybe they could have thrown some metal stuff into the pond.
Let's take a look. See, huh? Found these little guys in the grass.
Oh, it's the grass, not the pond. They're the same as the weights we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose?
I can't fall altogether, sir.
They would be more than heavy enough to send him flying. So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here?
Yes, nice work, me.
And a gator.
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator.
Did it eat it? Eat some metal? What? How? You sure it's not responding to the weights we just found?
No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the alligator.
And she's gone. Why is Kay laughing? Ha! We scared that big snapper for that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? Then what is it? Ali hasn't been herself lately. That's the name, Ali, the warden's favourite pet. She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her. Yeah, maybe like some weight or something metallic.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights? I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? A ring? Coins? The murder weapon! Because we haven't found the murder weapon. Oh no, there's a chisel. Was it the chisel actually? No, the chisel was the murder weapon, right? Yeah, the chisel was the murder weapon. That's why the dog retrieved it and put it in its mouth to hide it. Okay, never mind. It's not the murder weapon. And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Kay, could you recreate the scene again? Coming right up. It's not the padlock. Is it the key to the padlock? What was missing? I guess we'll go back to the well and see. Yeah, this is normal. It's the same shit, right? What was missing? Well, wasn't there supposed to be two? There was supposed to be two ropes, right? We only see one. Do we have the picture? Yeah, you can see there's two ropes. But we've only seen one rope here. Where's the second rope? I'm guessing that's it. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Oh, it's that picture, I guess. Right.
Eureka! Eureka!
Think about the two recreations. The one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, the one of the ropes. That one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah. Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us. So what happened? Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that. Really? What shows us where the missing rope went? Oh, could it be that rope there? This is the missing rope, right? I'm guessing. So do we click on the top? Or do we click on Mr. Knight's body? Mr. Knight's body, right?
Take that!
That's gonna tell us where the rope...
That's gonna tell us where the rope went, sir.
Indeed. Okay, so where did it go?
Sir, why are you quiet all of a sudden?
Oh, it's not it? Look, that wasn't the answer. We definitely saw a rope somewhere. Oh, okay. But the rope is there though. This rope then? On top of Knight's body? What's the difference between this rope and the rope that we see on the body? Okay, whatever. It must be this one then. Take that. This rope was found beside Knight's body. Wait, you mean Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. So you're saying, yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any iron weights we found. Wait, did I read it right? That don't make sense. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else. What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here. Think about the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weight was the body.
Take that!
It can only have been Knight's body that was dropped down the well. Okay, so this has two implications here. So it's either one, Saint did actually kill the person and he put the body there as a weight to eat himself, or two, someone killed him and wanted to hide the body. That wasn't Saint. Wanted to hide the body, and one way to hide the body, they probably knew about his weights, Saint's weights trick to yeet himself up, and replace the weights with the body, but they couldn't just leave the weights to the side, else it would be sus, right? Saint probably would have seen it and be like, what the hell's going on? Why are all the weights outside to the side of the well and not down the well? What is, I'm gonna have to put the weights back down there, and then he probably would see the body. So that's why they probably dashed all the weights around the area and hid them. I'm thinking it's the latter more than the former. I don't think Saint did kill him, but those are the two scenarios, the two implications that we've learned from this passage of text. The two possible scenarios, I guess, is what I'm getting at, but we'll see. I think it's the latter than the former, rather than the former, but we'll see. What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight? Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage, and that's why we get the smell. And then maybe Judge Gavel was right that he was dropped down the well. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Mr. Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight, but it was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden, so that no one would realize that they've been replaced with the body. Yeah, that's what I said, the latter one. Okay. Precisely. We can further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbing the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere, including down the well? Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. What did the killer use to stop Knight's blood from going everywhere? It must be the tarp.
Take that!
This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Ooh, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. I love it. But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well, which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer. No, not quite. Yeah, like I said, technically Simeon could still be the killer, because he could have killed Knight, put him down there, and then use it to yeet him. No, fully well knowing that it was his body. But chances are that he didn't, but yeah. No, not quite. But what about what Judge Gavel said yesterday? If Mr. Saint truly is a killer, why would he need to go such lengths to commit his crime? That's true, yeah, because using the body instead of weights, and I don't know, we'll see. That's true. Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was, or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicions onto those who were not at the show. Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Carnish right away, huh? That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. Yeah, but we know that the murder took place before the show even started. In other words, they used the well contraptions to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Miss Saint put his contraptions together? It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 PM. And I think we finished around midnight? In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. So yeah, it must have been after midnight then. Okay. Mr. Saint used during the show to send Saints flying. The weights were replaced with the victim's body by someone. Did Carnish know about this contraption? Isn't he blind? So how's he gonna know unless he can hear it or feel it? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells. Which means Carnish isn't the killer. Yeah, I kind of gathered from yesterday's session that he wasn't the killer. But who? There's not many people that we can speculate. Sure, we can... The more I think about it, the more I don't think it's Regina. Unless someone told her to do it. Unless Carnish or whoever told her to do it. Could it be Frank? Could it be Lagarde? I don't know if it's Casarato that did it, but we'll see. Oh, there's more stuff to look for. Unless there's... Do we have any more clues? Basket of apples. Body used as weights. Basket of apples. Yeah, maybe the body was hidden in the apples. I still think that's what's the case, but I don't know. Oh, that's at least how they transferred the body, because the body was inside the basket and the apples were on top of him. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance. Yeah, because that's what Regina said, right? Because Regina said that the apples went in Azia's reach, the elephant's reach, so the elephant could have eaten the apples. And we deduced that the weights will switch out for the body at around the same time. Hard to chalk up the coincidence, huh? Then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean that somebody needed to open it. Oh, power room. Oh, right, I see. Now let's see what's... Oh, great, it's locked. Oh, the power room. Remember the CCTV camera footage? It was like 3 hours off. And then they said that the security footage thing is so old school, that the tech was so old that if you switch off the power or whatever and then switch it back on, just say for example if you switch it off for 3 hours, then the clock will still say let me just say that for example if the current time is 6 o'clock, you switch off the power and then you switch back on the power at 9 AM, the CCTV security footage camera thing won't say 9 AM once you turn it back on. It will still resume at the time that you switched it off, i.e. in this case it will be 6 AM. And that's why they said that the camera footage, I don't know if you can see it here, yeah, the timestamp is off due to a 3-hour gap in the footage. It was actually recorded at 9 AM, even though the thing says it was 6:42 or whatever it was. I wonder if someone went into the power room and to turn off the power, and in the process it pushed the basket. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard. Yes, miss. What can I do for you? Oh shit, pressed the wrong button. That was fast. Guard, where is the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps a hold of that. I'll go ask for her. Okay, so the warden has it. Lagarde. Suspicious. Suspicious. Maybe it's still possible that Karnas, because Karnas, I'm not saying he's in cahoots with her, but maybe Karnas told her to do it, maybe. Or she plays a role, unless someone stole her keys. Warden Lagarde is the only one with a key? Meaning, if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. Thanks for the help. Oh. Yeah, the cameras. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison. So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do? Well, I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches. Did they turn off the power or to something? Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped? It was a camera thing, right? So we just click on this.
Take that!
Take that. There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. Oh yeah, there was. So somebody flipped the breakers it was connected to? It seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? It's true that shutting off the camera would have made things easier for them. It would. Which means the killer would have been someone who had access to the breakers. And it seems only one person has the key. It couldn't be. Could it? I don't necessarily think it was her, because she could have like placed it in her office, her room, right? And someone could have went in and retrieved it that way. They could have gotten the key by that means, but yeah, we'll see. Because we could ask her, did she always have the key on her, or did she leave it back in her room, her office, and see what she says. Where is it normally kept, the keys? Alright, little thief, your work here is done. Is there any more? No. Yay, we're back to full health. Oh no.
First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm.
Good morning, Mr. Winner.
What? How did you get here before me?
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start.
And I see you made a late one, Judge Cavell.
This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. Ugh. Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney.
Poof, associate. More like asinine.
We'll see about that. Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll go get some officers to help.
Hold it!
That won't be necessary.
Why not?
We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process.
Won? But I'm supposed to be the winner.
Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday in order to thoroughly disprove it.
I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, if we're throwing caution into the wind, then I should save just in case. Yeah, let's go.
As I am sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
How could I forget? You told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you care to try a different threat.
Overruled. You have been warned repeatedly, yes. and each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
Objection!
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committees are of no concerns to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence. Interesting. And spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy. And when I'm done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this.
Judge Gavell's theory?
My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Carceretto did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
Okay. That's still your assertion? And you can prove it, of course?
Of course you can. Who do you think you're up against? What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our rival.
She really is a very busy woman. Busy looking after baby Winner.
The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep.
They stab her into the neck. Okay, we kind of knew that already.
Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Gavelles hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theories, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Yes, I think I just might. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, if we show him the trick, it's got to be the trick.
Objection!
Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
A contraption? Go on.
You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant.
I do, just before he was to be absent for some time.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick.
Objection!
Oh wait, wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage?
Hold it!
It is simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show.
Objection!
You're saying Mr. Saint himself set the contraption up, right? Well then, who do you think is the number one most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body,
Even you must see how this looks.
Objection!
If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Gavelle theorized without these extra steps. Ms. Berry. Yes? Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's tricks works? Well, let's see. We had to get the prisoner's approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows. And there you have it.
Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
Is what I'm doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so?
How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear.
Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edras, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer.
Dun dun dun. Why Mr. Saint's a suspect?
If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who could have the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect.
What does she mean by the only person who has the opportunity?
Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell.
Yeah?
But why would he do that?
That is a good question. Why?
Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells?
I think we're winning, Erin. Yeah, we're progressing for sure. Yeah, it is pretty sus. But we've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge. I don't see no contradiction yet, but I'm not sure what she means by this. The only person to have the opportunity to do so. Sure about the cage, but I'm sure.
Hold it!
Yeah, let's press on. You're certain nobody else had the opportunity?
Need I remind you that we are in a prison. The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted.
But the camera was off for 3 hours though. The camera was off.
Hold it!
But Mr. Saint was under the same scrutiny, was he not?
The warden had granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of that troupe, I don't know how to pronounce troupe, under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who was free to wander where he willed.
Objection!
It seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor. Why is she butting in?
Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth.
Very well, then recall this fact if you will. You claim Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. But there was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time it would have been possible for anyone to have moved through the prison entirely unmonitored. What do I have that shows there was a period on this day of the crime where oversight was limited? It was this security camera footage, right?
Take that!
Take that. Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity.
Which opportunity are we talking about again?
We've previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours, and from this we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? Is that even possible?
It was completely possible to create a 3-hour gap using this, the breakers, right? I'm guessing it's this.
Take that!
Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power of the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder.
What? Such a shame to see one of so capable fall so short on the mark.
Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing.
Ha 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 ha. Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door?
Oh yeah, it was kinda locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key.
Those breakers are vital to the prisoner's infrastructure, so I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Objection!
No, but one person could have.
I beg your pardon?
That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them.
Objection!
What? There's no one like that. The breakers in the electric fence is in there. They would have been questioned in an instant. There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was Fifi Lagarde.
Take that!
The real culprit is... I don't want to throw such wild accusations, but I'm saying it could be her. Or someone could have taken the key. It depends whether if she had the key on her at all times or not. Warden Lagarde. Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochie woo? He's not just a pretty face. Missile also has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed. And it's coming from you. It must be the perfume, I guess. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. Then perhaps it is the sweet stench of death. You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. But if I didn't know better, I almost think you were calling moi the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you. Oh, what a slap. Dang, Pac just throwing Fifi under the bus here. I guess so, yeah.
What? Warden Lagarde is the killer? Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying?
Oh ho ho, such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me, I'm the one in charge around here. It's like we're in a murder mysteries, aren't we?
and equally far-fetched. This is preposterous.
Hold it!
Sadly, it is not, although I can hardly believe it myself. But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer. Yeah, the sweet scent, because there's a sweet scent on him, it must have transferred from her to him. Like, for example, if it's like, whether it's apples, I thought it was apples, maybe it's perfume, maybe she has a certain sweet scent of perfume. Because she killed him, some of the perfume scent is on him.
Take that!
Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here's your accuser.
The police dog?
We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're priceless, really, you are. Your evidence is with a suspicion. Verity, dear, do put him in his place. It seems Judge Gavel may have reached a similar conclusions to myself.
You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do, after all. She had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as a coincidence. However...
Indeed. Then it seems that conclusions approach us. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
We should. And when we have, this case will finally be at an end.
You're always simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me as a killer? How could I possibly do such a thing?
I didn't do it. Okay, let's see what she says.
Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to have killed him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped in my office until right before this show began. Check if you like. You wouldn't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper.
But the camera was off for 3 hours. You turned it off because you had the power to do so.
I haven't the first idea what harebrained theory you little scamps have cooked up, but I am innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer. Give me a break. Miss Sal doesn't lie. Don't make it hard on everyone. And just come clean.
Yeah, if the doggo said you did it, the doggo said you did it. I believe in the doggo.
Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. Difficile. As I said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records.
She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. Well, we'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You made a boo-boo, and you know it.
Okay. Since Edgeworth talked about the records, let's press on with the records then, I guess.
Hold it!
Because I was thinking she might be talking about like the camera and stuff like that. I don't know. Unless you need to clock in and clock out. But then again, if you need to clock in and clock out with your ID card or whatever, or key card, again, if the power's out, then you can freely go in and out and won't be detected on the records, the logs. Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. But what if you took another route? Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered? Why? Until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed. No, you had another way in. I'm certain of it. Sorry, what is he talking about? Is he talking about this thing here? Oh, there's no. We don't have a picture of it. Oh, we don't have a picture of the room with the door. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. It's a connecting corridor. No, not the connecting corridor. It's this room here. There was a door here that I was looking for the picture, but we can't find the picture of it. It's a picture where there was a guard in a garden in front of it, but it must be this thing here.
Take that!
This is the route you took to get into the prison. Is it, darling? Are you? And how would that have worked? Didn't you say yourself that I didn't use the entrance of or the tunnel? Wait, what? What? Am I wrong? Think, Miles. A route from her office that bypassed the prison entrance and the tunnel. There's one location she must have gone through. Did I misclick? Oh shit, I probably should have read that. The only time Knight's body could have been placed in the well was the night before the show.
What's our moose, sir? She seems awfully sure of herself.
She seemed pretty confident there won't be any records of her entering the prison. In which case we have to rely on something other than the records in question. We should listen carefully to her statements again and ask a few pertinent questions. Oh, this is when you loop the thing. I guess we gotta do this thing again. Okay, let's press it again. Yeah. It was this thing here, through here. Because this is her office, she can go through the backyard. Yeah?
Take that!
Through the fence?
The fact that it says something different, so I must be right then. Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. Hehe, a gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence, That extremely high fence topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it. Yeah, how's she supposed to have gone through that, The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you have the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it.
Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the guard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she have reached the power room?
Exactly, mon. Verity, darling. Well, clever puss, you dug yourself a real hole now. Grr-eye.
If there is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper, then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
Well, all judges have deep voices, right? In my head. So I gave her a deep voice. And also, if you hear her say overruled, she has a deep voice when she say overruled. So she does have a deep voice. Hey, Heidi. Oh, but there must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you lost everything. But if I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone. There was an inside job. someone else did it then. Frank. It must have been Frank. Like I said, remember I told you, like in the previous episode, that she was protecting Frank for some reason, saying, oh, he's a role model prisoner, he's a good boy, good kid and all that. Maybe he did it from his end. Because he had the broken bracelet, remember?
You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection. But now I've yelled it. If I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add. If you'll permit me,
something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence?
Yes. Because it's not as impossible as it seems. What enabled her to shut off the breaker? An accomplice. She couldn't have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone? Oh, and now we're talking. Way to flag as the old grey matter, kiddo. I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice. See, did you hear it? She said overruled.
Enough of me. You'll disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong. The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets.
Yeah, she had a very goldy voice, exactly. I'm trying to keep it consistent. But I didn't give Miles Edgeworth the right voice then, in that case, when he says objection. Same as, what's his face? Eustace. Eustace has a normal voice, but I gave him like a little bitch pussy ass voice. Usurp One Piece sounding voice. Useless voice, I guess. That's what the voice I gave him. The one that raised the alarm is if people go where they're not supposed to.
I see that you have realized your error. And we, of course, within the prison grounds, where not only are the bracelet worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoings.
The voice that yells at butlers for slight placement errors of a fork. Yeah. Something like that, yeah. The fork's in the wrong position. The fork's in the wrong position. And despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerato's escape.
The only one who are free to roam are the animals, and they most certainly could not operate the breaker.
No. So our accomplice must be human.
Then who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard?
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free roaming person is. It's this guy here, right? Oh, I can't pick on him. I couldn't pick him. Okay, yeah, it does not present, so it must be the broken bracelet then.
Take that!
I was gonna pick on Frank, but I couldn't, so it must be the bracelet.
This one of the prisoner's bracelet?
Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Frank Sarwit, Warden Lagarde's favourite inmate. Like I said, I don't know what Frank Lagarde, so Fifi Lagarde, has to gain doing this, but I do think that she probably did tell Frank to do this. Maybe she blackmailed Frank, or maybe she said that, oh, if you do this and you get away with it, your sentence will be shorter. You'll be able to leave on good behavior, right? But why? What does Fifi Lagarde? Why did she have to kill Knight? What does she have to lose? Did Knight have something dirty on her, which made her have to kill him? Or maybe, like I said earlier, that maybe Canis has some dirt on her. Or Frank was losing in the chess game, and he wanted to kill Knight because of that, and the only way for him to be able to kill Knight is through Fifi Lagarde. So maybe it goes back down to Canis. Maybe Canis didn't kill, but he ordered someone to kill, which essentially is still killing. Yeah, I can only think of three scenarios. Two people. It could either be Lagarde or it could be Canis. If it's Lagarde, then maybe Knight has some dirty stuff on her, and he's blackmailing her. Oh, not blackmailing. Sorry, he's not blackmailing, but he's got like he'd be like, "I know what you did last summer." Good movie, by the way. I like that movie. You should watch it. It's a good old movie, spoopy movie. I think it was spoopy, right? It was horror, right? I can't remember. And she silenced him and used Frank to silence him. Or Canis is the killer. He used her because he got some dirt on her, maybe, to carry out the plan to kill him. Or maybe Knight has some dirt on Canis, and that's why Canis wanted to kill him and silence him. Or maybe he was salty that he's losing the chess game, so he wanted to kill him. That one seems a bit far-fetched, but you don't know. This guy's a professional killer. He's crazy, but yeah, who knows? I mean, yes, it did fall off. But maybe because he's been a good prisoner all this time, that he asked if he can have the wig back. And they was like, yeah, sure, here's your wig. You've been good, so here's the wig. My question is, I thought you're supposed to shave your hair when you're in prison. Why does he have hair? But yeah, I thought when you go to prison, you're supposed to shave your head. Not necessarily completely bald, but no, like a number one. Privilege, I don't know, yeah. Maybe because he's a good model prisoner, they let him grow his hair, who knows. But we'll see. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. That is pretty funky, and I don't mean it in a good way. It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you're in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others, Bohid Karma Canis, for example.
Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Sarwit himself? I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them have worked together, a certain route in the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Sarwit shut off the corresponding breakers. Yeah, because if she turns off the breakers, then yeah, then she'd be like, you know, I couldn't do it from my end. All right, Mr. Edgeworth.
All right, Monsieur Edgeworth, you have your fun.
And do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, darling, you got to me. I admit it.
What does she admit? Why is she admitting so easily?
Warden, tell me this isn't true.
Je suis désolé, Verity honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. But why?
No way.
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her. Nice shooting, cowboy. She won't be wriggling out of this now.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breakers. But, meh, we didn't kill neither, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't.
Okay, so what was her role then? Maybe if she didn't kill him, then what then? I think she'll be guilty as an accomplice and through association. Maybe what she did, maybe she... How do you say this? Not let her guard down. But she opened a window of opportunity for the killer to carry out the plan, should we say. Yeah. And by turning off the power, there's no security. And then like the prison officers and the wardens, that's when they had their guard down, which you can say they let la garde down. What?
Warden, explain yourself.
But why is she acting all the way she's shaking and acting like that? Why? Come back, Kajima. Chasu Kajima. Oh, Verity, dear, ma chérie. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now.
She is all merciful, but you have to confess, and you shall be saved.
Oh gosh, alright, I was being threatened. Okay, so she was maybe being blackmailed. So I was kind of right, but by who? If I had to guess, the only person with power to threaten her has to be Karnus then. So does it go back to him then? Did she create a window of opportunity for Karnus to kill? So Karnus could still be the killer. I had no choice but to do as he said. Who's he? Body Harmer Karnus, that awful assassin. Karnus? How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. Oh, she looks... She was, what's that song called again? I Will Survive. I was afraid, I was petrified. That's her right now. The moment we were alone, he said this to me, to moi. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who would do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about the real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing. I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family. Oh, sacre bleu, no, ma famille. I had no choice. I gave him that cell, I gave him everything he asked for. Everything? Wait, is that how he became the fixer? Oui, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him too.
So you were smuggling in contraband? How exactly?
Maybe that's how he got the wig. Hi, T. Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go in from my office into the yard without having been seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritz it with a little of my perfume. So that's what the sweet smell was. Oui, It was a signal for Canis's dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco was in his cell at the time, of course.
Can't have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Editing runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dogs. Poor thing. Though there was no risk of him raising the alarm either. She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance.
You have shared a great deal, Warden.
The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account.
I've been the most dreaded fool. I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so, Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day. So I didn't go out into the yard. So that's the secret behind the fixer system. And why she was... This is just a flashback. No need to read. Actually, this one seems kind of different though. Maybe this wasn't a flashback. The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I had to lend a hand, you know? Heavens knows how many times I've hauled the secret scandal into my office to talk to me, but no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him, he simply won't say a word. That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over. Yeah, to trying to find out who the accomplice is, right, I guess. Exactement. I was trying to track down all those horrible henchmen of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote. His letters, then I suppose she must know about his correspondent chess games too. Yeah, the one that we saw. But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. Living in fear like this, it's... oh, you just can't comprehend it.
As you have heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The words of the Warden's Lagarde confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Surely, there is no need to hound her any longer.
If that's the case, then we get to keep our badge then, right? Because it definitely won't be synced then. Surely she can clear... she's able to clear Saint for any wrongdoings. But there's probably more. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the Goddess of Justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has?
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called fixer's delivery route. I believe she used the same route to move Knight's body.
And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that? Well, that's because We've done it so many times by now that the whole well probably smells of it. Some of it might just have rubbed off on his body.
That does match the statement that Mr. Casaretto provided.
Yeah, this is when we found out that there was a sweet smell down the well and in the tunnel.
His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well.
Ugh.
You have been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? Is this as far as we can go?
But finally! So we're actually done? Yes, Eustace, it seems we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned.
Hold it! Who said that? The French guy. So what's his name? Fender.
Who was that?
Yeah, of course it was. Come on, Judgy. Things were just getting good, no? Fender.
Are you objecting to my adjourning this session?
Hi Ezra, how you doing? Hey, no. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat. What are you doing, Mr. Fender? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a square of chocolatey goodness. Anyone?
Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court?
Pack entirely bypassed my question, Ezra. No, why would there be a karaoke stream? No karaoke stream. I can't sing. I don't hate you guys. No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. As Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is.
Oh yes, I had forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender.
Why are we sighing? When are you gonna do a karaoke stream, Evelyn? If you're not gonna do a karaoke stream, I'm gonna sigh too. I'll do it now in advance. Because future Pack told me that there will be no karaoke Evelyn streams. How could you? You're killing me here. Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time. Right you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work.
Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you worked a day in your life.
Then let's say this is me doing some quick work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness?
No? Amusing, but what is there left to ask?
I've got a feeling in my funny bone that a thief here has something more to tell us about the killer. Pack is in this one instance correct. Pack karaoke stream, early 100 pie eating mukbang stream. Hey yo, 100 pie eating mukbang stream. Damn, Evelyn. How come you didn't tell me about this? Do I? We, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you? Don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans, we're all ears. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing? He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde into giving something away. Edge just asked me to die on live stream. Yeah, that is technically a bannable offense. No dying on stream, please. It will be a happy death, surely. Ezra, please. We know Evelyn do like his pies. He probably prefer pies over cakes, right? Ask yourself, why would she go all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Carnus. She did? No way. If he was convicted of committing murder here, that could have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Oh, that's true. She has got some stuff to gain. Never really thought about that. Rather than blackmailing, if she sends him off to a different prison, then she's free from all this like threat and stuff like that. Of course, pie is better than cake. It's a fact. Okay. I do like savoury pie for sure. I'd rather eat savoury pie than sweet cakes. Most likely a more secure facility. And where he'll be out of her hair forever, huh? Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No. Saint can't not be the killer. That's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him. I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, we? Nice. Now Mr. Winner has to go along with it too.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further?
Of course. How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddykins, you have such a way with words. Just doing my job, thief. Besides, one can tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me.
As you wish. Court is unadjourned.
I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender. Whew, me either. Thank you for the timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been learning on new art, and besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simeon's dependent on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there, and we can't foul this up now. Hi, Wildflask. Wait, why are we leaving? Wait, Ezra's so mad. He left twice. Oh no, what's wrong? Kajima. Ezra, Kajima. Is it because you like cake more than pie? Or the fact that I said I like savory pie got you triggered and made you want to leave? But savory pie is nice though. I love my chicken and mushroom pie. I shall. Fabulous! Say fabulous! Then, let's get started. Hope you're doing well, Wafas. Good morning. Matrouf. I really don't think anyone could have done it, but that dreadful man, Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever these sordid details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. Savory pie is the best pie, I agree, but cake is still better. Oh, Ezra, do you have a sweet tooth? Oh, hi Chris, how you doing? It's been a long while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Happy holidays soon, I guess. The victim, Monsieur Knight? Oh, yes, oui. I did turn the most terrible disservice. Yes, you killed him. I suppose you could put it that way. If I want such a sorry excuse for a warden, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess.
Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. I'm certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
You certainly never met Mr. Knight. Everyone is slowly disappearing from work. I actually have free time. Okay, when you're saying disappearing, we're talking about people who are like slowly leaving for the holidays, right? There's no other moments. Perhaps he simply likened to him, so he's like, but whatever the sort of details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. Then he had his dog disposed of, but it has to be what happened. You'll got Poof soon too. Poof is in your You're breaking for the holidays, right? You're done with work for the holidays and you'll be back. I get scared when people say disappearing and poofing as well, because I assume they could be getting poisoned or pulled into the OCRT division, but that seems less likely. True. Let me press with this one first and see what happens here. Oh, you've been done for a little while now, kick me, but yes, off for the holidays. Ah, nice. But what more can ye tell us about those sordid details? Well, we all know what Canis once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble, especially as the victims was already injured. His neck, I think, couldn't turn his head to the right. Poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in there anyways. They must have make some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. That's because I didn't, sweetie, and as the victim was simply a front target to that monster, nothing more. Please tell us how things are on the Upside Down. I expect Canis used as a chisel that was hidden in that chess set, don't you? Awfully grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have time to cry out. I see, thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, oh shit, skip that too quickly. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more details if you don't mind. Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course, we could talk about them some more. I think this is where we bring in this, right? Yeah, how did she know there's a secret compartment in this pocket chest thing, right? Not everyone knows. Who knows? We know. Winner knows. And Judge Gavil knows, right? I don't know if anyone else knows there's a secret, and obviously Saint and Knight themselves. So it looks like there's only 5 people that I'm aware of. Only 5 people knows about the secret compartment. How does she know? That's what I'm sus about. Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Teehee, aren't you the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all familiar here. Ugh. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't let her get inside your head. You said that earlier. You didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Oh, well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in? You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived. What? I mean, of course that. When Mr. Saint came in, Monsieur Saint came in, we... You checked him? I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? True, because it's like contraband, it's a weapon. You're not allowed to bring these things to a prison, whether you're a guest, a visitor, or a criminal. Eek! Judge Gavil, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set?
I did not.
If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Mr. Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrivals.
Indeed, such a thing would apply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through.
Precisely. So Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I'll submit that you... Alright, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright? I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about this chess set. But please, you have to believe more. I did not kill him.
One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the records. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
None, Your Honor. How long left? Merci, darlings. I'll clear this awful misunderstanding. I promise.
Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please tell the truth this time.
Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my last chance to expose her. Oh, this means that we're in the home stretch now. In the final stretch. My truth part 2. I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious. You understand? I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
So it was simply a conversation with a new detainee.
That seems entirely above board. Exactement, Verity, darling. I knew you understand.
Objection!
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement?
I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know what they talked about.
Hold it!
What did you talk about? If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. She really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but I have nothing to do with the animal. What do you mean? Knight did have something to do with the animal. The chess. This thing here.
Objection!
Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this.
No, it's about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't see the game in Knight's cell, did you? You seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come on. Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. And she wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally, interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. And so what if I did? You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. Ah! And then Who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game? We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men, and it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Carnis's henchman sent to kill you, which is the real reason she had that chat with the Bronxster. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel.
The murder weapon itself.
As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing: Carnis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Carnis, and that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please. That is just so unfortunate. I guess if he didn't have a chisel inside that secret compartment, if it was like a, I don't know, like a blade or something else, maybe Knight would have been alive. If that is true. We'll see.
Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt.
Oh, we done it. It's over? I hear... Okay, I couldn't read it in time. What the fuck? Is it her? Wait. Wait.
I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by, in the name of Goddess of Justice. Who is it this time?
What the fuck?
Warden?
It's a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. You people, you just don't get it, do you? I think we're proving that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. What? Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly. Thank you very much. And I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Monsieur Edgeworth. Heh, you're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this, Your Honor. The verdict.
I am curious to hear what the warden has to say.
What? Your door, Verity. I have one last thing to say. Then Monsieur Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. You rang? Does anybody remember a certain autopsy report?
Of course, we received a finalized version only this morning.
That's right. I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wounds was 4 inches deep.
4 inches?
Wait. Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? Ugh.
Forgive me, old goddess. I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake.
Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. What now, What do we do?
It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always come through. Right, sir?
Looks to me like the Mars John out of commission.
You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turns things on their head. With a desperate bluff, blurt out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you.
Look, detective, I'm as much of a man of action as the next guy. But without evidence, we're up a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road. We can't give up now. We have to do something. I am certain that Warden Lagarde is the killer. It is only an explanation that fits the fact of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in this facility?
It seems we still do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to provide those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Ah, come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
No, not me, no. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Confound it. This question throws everything we deduce out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
If that's the case, then we will save. There we go. We'll continue now. It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Loafers, I am to admit it. Who's it this time? Okay. You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. There's no way he did it, but if we can't save him, who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some. Okay. Gee, Miles, your little buddy there is quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad the thing looks, he always finds a way to turn it around to save his client. And you're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Judge Cavell.
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good.
She's right. I have put forward a number of theories that's proved to be flawed in one way or another. Yeah, we're an amateur, Pepe Hands. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided.
Nothing to say? Then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby... Sir...
Mr. Edgeworth.
Give my verdict.
That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled. What does he mean by that? What do you mean? What do you mean? I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. I say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed.
What? I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog Helmet, the fact he wasn't at the show. These and other factors made Mr. Carnes the obvious suspect at first.
Just again, Mr. Edgeworth, you seem almost proud of your blunder.
But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Carnes? What if it was all carefully arranged? Sorry, you got the popo. I hear multiple sirens. Weewalt. If it wasn't the chisel, then what was it then? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is a murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? Because it is the murder weapon in order to get Knight transferred, in order to get kindness transferred. I live in a city. I live in a rough area. Yeah, my area is pretty ghetto as well, so that's why there's loads of popos. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. We have a some law or meme running joke here that the popo are always after me. Hence, I'm always on the run, and hence hearing always the popo. But yeah. What's his suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you that the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? That's Mr. Kindness is the killer? And there you have it. If a dumb fuck thinks that, then you know it's a trap. That was the trap the warden set for us. Oh, Mr. Kindness has a bunch of chisel, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed, that was her plan. Right from the start. Damn, that was harsh. That kiss is in tears. His name is Useless though. That's his name, right? Look. His name. Useless Winner. To frame Bodhidharma Kindness.
Your reason would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seemed to harbour a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Kindness. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next.
We need evidence, right?
That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagarde is the killer.
I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist.
If you're gonna prove your theory, then this conversation ends here.
Objection!
I think I know the answer. If we could find just the real murder weapon.
Objection!
How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
Objection!
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still inside this prison. This would have made sure of that.
That's a security gate.
Yeah, because it didn't go off, it means the weapon has to still be here. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And do you remember what it does?
Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. I'm just useless. The security gates detects metal, which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh!
He finally gets it. I think the alligator ate the weapon. I think the weapon is in the alligator's body, in his tummy. Precisely. If there is another murder weapon, it cannot be taken off the premises.
But nor can it have been brought into the prison in the first place.
I almost said, yeah, I stumbled with my words. I almost said something that wasn't Tommy. Bottom. You know how long an alligator's digestive tract is, true. Or maybe he's trying to poop it out, but it got stuck and lodged. Because you hear stories of like dogs and cats eating like people's engagement rings or wedding ring, and they have to wait for it to poop out. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but you know, you see in TV shows like that.
And so we find ourselves right back where we begin.
We gotta wait for the alligator to poop out a sword or blade. Judge Cavell?
What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you will also have to explain to me how it got here.
Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside the pocket chest set. But our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in.
Yes, the question of this hour is this. Of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route?
Ah. How did the weapon Walden Lagarde use to get into the prison? This is a flashback. Alright, because of she used to smuggle contraband into the prison. She must have smuggled the knife or the weapon in as well, the murder weapon in as well. That's one of the contrabands. Oh, of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with us shows how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well. The fact that this is here shows us how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well. It's got to be this, right? The chisel. Because you could. This is considered as. I'm sure this is contraband. Or is it this? Yes, because she smuggled it for him? Question mark. If something metal was brought in, other things too, right? Yeah, I was thinking of one of these two because they both have bells on. Yeah, she smuggled her own weapon in, yeah. I think that's what she did. But obviously in this case, we can't click on that. But in terms of how the bladed could have been... Wait, the fact that this is here shows us how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well. Yeah, because if this bell looks metallic, right? So if somehow they were able to smuggle the bell in, they could smuggle her weapon, her weapon in. So I'm going with the bell. You vouched the chisel. Okay, let's go with the chisel first. We've got enough life. But they're essentially the same thing, right? The ideas are the same thing. Same logic.
Take that!
Nice thinking. That's a great way to get something made of metal into the prison. Indeed, even a metal item... Okay, gotta finish that. Metal item would have been... Before you congratulate yourselves any further, would you care to explain your thinking? Wait, you mean you can't use that at all? Mr. Edgeworth, I believed in you. Oh. Ugh, I'm still worth believing in. So there isn't a way something made of metal could have gotten in here undetected after all. There is, and it involves things coming into the prison that weren't brought by a visitor. We have a piece of evidence that shows how metal objects could be brought in without raising the alarm. Then stop stalling, Mr. Edgeworth. Cut to the chase already. Hi, Renz. I hate to let her down again, so let's see here. Okay. It must be the bell then, right? Because yeah, I think the reason why I didn't pick the chisel is that maybe they would have not let someone bring in a chisel. Because they could see it as being used as a potential weapon. The inmates could potentially use it as a weapon, so they probably say, "No, I'm sorry, you can't bring in this chisel." Yeah. But the guy has a chisel. Yeah, I can see why you chose a chisel because the guy has 4 chisels already, right? So they must have smuggled it in somehow. in the first place because he had 4 chisels to begin with. But yeah, let's go with the bell then. Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Kindness yesterday. Yeah, because I remember him. Yeah, because he said he's only got 2 bells. There's only 2. He has 2 bells. 1 bell on the doggo. Okay, that doggo that you see in the picture, he has the bell, and the other bell is on his blade. Right? Is on his blade. But for some reason, why this chisel has the bell is because we know that is his signature thing. His thing is that he always ring a bell when he kills someone, and she must attach the bell to this chisel to make people think that he's using this chisel is his and is his weapon of choice to kill Knight. So she's trying to like frame him. But we'll see. Yeah, he said there's only 2. 1 for his knife and 1 for his dog. We know that there's a bell on the dog, so there's technically 1 on his knife. So what she could have done, maybe she used his knife to kill him. Yeah, maybe she used his knife to kill him with the bell. So she must have gotten that knife from like the police department during the evidence. You know the records room where you store all evidence and stuff. Maybe she got one of the popos to give to her. She used that same knife to kill the person, but obviously you can't leave the knife there because then, sure, it is Kindness's knife, but there's no way that the knife, he can bring a knife in, right? It's absurd. So we know that he has chisels because he likes to do carpentry and woodwork. If she attached it to a chisel, then people might be able to put 2 and 2 together and come up with Kindness. That's what I think, but we'll see. Yeah, there's no point having the blade there because there's no way he's allowed to bring a dagger, a blade to prison, right? Because no one would let him because he can easily juke and kill someone, right? Whereas you can give him a chisel for him to do his wood carpentry stuff, woodwork stuff, and then pretend that was a murder weapon, and then people will think it's him, so he can fuck off and go to a different prison and get transferred, I guess. Yeah, I think the knife's taken away from him, and my guess is that the knife is in the evidence room or the evidence storage room. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence, Warden Lagarde borrowed it from the police. What? Mr. Kindness's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife has a certain bell attached to it.
The bell was attached to the chisel.
Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. Does she wear gloves? I can't remember. She made it look like as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Kindness. And who had access to the evidence room? Who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why? Only the person to whom it had been entrusted.
Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence? I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde?
But bells aren't exactly rare, you know. Anybody could have set that up. No, they were 2 of a kind. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only 2 of them in existence. What? What? By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer. 4 chisel quesadilla. But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even air to begin with.
Hold it!
I think it's in the alligator, like I said. I don't, not yet anyways. Mr. Winner, would you like to order another search of the prison right away? Huh? But if you do find something that's going to make things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Oh, well, yeah, but you know, this worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden wouldn't have to authorize it. You know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Yeah, because if she's going to say no, to be honest, the writing's on the wall, she's got something to hide. Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence.
The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims.
Yeah, where is Gumshoe's metal detector? Let's shove that metal detector on the alligator and see if it beeps.
Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom.
Come, now's the time to say objection, 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 objection. No objection? No. If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she will destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. Exactly. Objection! Your Honor. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. Just object for the sake of objection. Objection! What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. I'm not reckless either. Objection. We can save scum. We're never reckless. No, I can't back down now. I got to put everything on the line. Yeah, let's put our badge on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Yeah, for Saint. Only I can save Mr. Saint. And that means... even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. Even... it's now or never. Should I object? Yes, objection! I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Is he talking about Phoenix? With Phoenix, right, we always object for the sake of objecting. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor.
This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth.
I've got it.
Got what exactly?
The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Carnis's knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. Yeah, I mean, we do.
If I did not know better, I would say that you were bluffing.
Ha.
You wound me, Your Honor.
I don't know the meaning of the word. I'm not a good poker player. I don't have a poker face, wherever that Lady Gaga song goes. This is terrible for my heart. There's no way you could... it's not it, I tell you.
Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Or where is the real murder weapon?
Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police will search. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place? No. Yeah. The chisel was in the dog's mouth. Did she use the same trick? No. C'est ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detections could there be?
Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
There's the faintest possibility I'm right. But if I'm wrong, we'll stand to lose everything. Mamma mia. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden. Oh no, I can't save, I was too slow. I think it's here. This is where the alligator is. The alligator. Take that.
Here? In the yard?
Indeed.
I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
Why, certainly. Where exactly is a real murder weapon hidden? Can we move? Okay. Yeah. In the I can't show the bottom. So can I show the belly or do I show the mouth? In the belly! Of course. That is what it must have been. This is a flashback again. He said that his belly was triggering a response from the metal detector. The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel?
Didn't we figure that out? That isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Carnes hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in the pond over there. What? No way! We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Gavel, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian.
I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means. Okay. Open. Sesame. Who's gonna dare to stick their hand inside? I'm not. Warden Lagarde. The real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? I have nothing to confess. As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed.
Sir, we got it.
This has to be it. It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Bodhidharma's Carnes' knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. I am not the criminal here. This is all Carnes is doing. I did the right thing. I can't read in time because she's talking too fast. C'est trop rapide. Trop rapide. Trop rapide. I'm spamming square for the history. The histoire. Histoire. La histoire. Oh my god, I can't read this in time. Histoire. La histoire. What the hell? Why is she in prison clothes? Huh? Whoa, 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 whoa. Please let me tell me I can back read. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you guys. I got you. I did the right thing. Knight was a hurt threat. He was Carnes' lapdog. Curse that despicable man Carnes. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitiless butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him. Okay. 29th of March, 12:34 p.m. Detention Center corridor. Prosecutor Twinner, sir. The test results have come back. Just come back. Twinner? I guess we've all been under a lot of stress. I think it's Jova, yeah. Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Carnes' knife. It's just like he said, sir. Congratulations on your stunning victory. Oh, thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. Twinner wins again. I think I'm winning up a little. With rage?
Excellent work, Eustace.
What do you mean, excellent work, Eustace? You mean me? We did all the hard work, but I guess he will always take the glory because he's the one that's in charge of this case.
Just a few loose ends to tie up, and we're done.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you all for watching, guys. It doesn't matter whether you're lurking, chatting, keeping me company. I'm too salty. I can't carry on.
What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I?
We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Carnes. It will be vital to know if Warden Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusion on that front. They're clueless, and then there's you.
Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. Alright, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action.
Yes, sir. I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work.
It's winning time.
I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered.
But Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place.
The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth.
This is so K-drama, but okay.
In the eyes of both society and the law.
How can you even say that?
You do not have to believe me, however. As a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in.
Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe.
We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for all our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does this even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
Don't take our badge, please.
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Judge Gavel is right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But if following the laws means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience? Oh, Saint's here.
Simeon, you're out.
Hi, Regina.
Is everything alright? They did let you out, right?
Yeah. I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go and that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is.
Oh, wow, really? You did it for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Eve, oh no, stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now.
Stop it, silly. It's true he saved you, so say thanks already.
Oh, okay, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth, thank you.
And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me too.
Mr. Saint talking directly to me, small victories, I suppose.
Can I ask you one question, Mr. Attorney?
Sure, I'm not actually an attorney though.
I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now?
But now?
Well, it's just, I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he?
That's not even true, Seaman. Of course he trusted you.
No, he didn't. If he had just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff.
Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the truth. Show him the things that proves Knight trusted. What the fuck would that... The only thing I can think of is this. But... why would it be... That's the only thing I can think of, because nothing else has anything to do with him. I guess he trusts him because like he was the only person that he told to go and retrieve and get this pocket chess set for him. Right?
Take that!
It's the chess set I brought for him.
Exactly. If he didn't trust you, he wouldn't have told you to bring it to him. He would have asked someone else, maybe. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape.
What? You mean he was using me?
No. No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagined that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh, Bronco, why did you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simeon?
I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Sim is no dummy.
Could have fooled me.
A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is. I'll try. I have to. Oh, for Bronco, for Tepe. Oh wait, wrong game. I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there. I probably should have showed him the badge. Yeah, true. For the memes, I forgot. That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. The one very big circus is back. Yeah, that's Max. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Max. Yeah, the one with the pink jacket thing, blazer. Okay. Do you think there's going to be a murder happening in here in the circus? I think we are going to go to the very big circus again to watch. Or our plan was to watch, but then someone dies. I reckon. And who's our money on dying? Is Saint going to die? Is Max going to die? That's what my guess is. I have no idea. Maybe we don't go here in the end, but I'm not saying it'd be cool because murder is never cool, even in game. But it'd be cool if we were to go back here.
That's right. The very big circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go.
Well, I'll think about it.
Alright, Simeon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted.
Oh, what? Regent the tiger? No way, I can't. No.
Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You'd never meet a nicer kitty cat.
I can't. Please, Regina, anything but that, please. Another satisfied customer. Well, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Pat me on the back, any other, and you're gonna make me blush or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously, Miles, mon ami, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it makes to be an attorney after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast, reminding me of your good old days, of the good old days. La Gregory was standing there right beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not sure. Say, Mouse, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off, get out of there, and actually help people.
Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides.
Why not? Coming over to the light side? All the rage. Everybody's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill, don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfect innocent question. No, you weren't.
The heck you were.
Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles.
Fender, I am a prosecutor.
Yep, and I am an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I said my piece. You can change your mind. You know who to call. I'll be waiting. Ciao. I mean, au revoir.
Follow in my father's footsteps.
I mean, technically, if you play the first trilogy, you'll know why Miles Edgeworth became a lawyer, and he actually started off as a defense attorney. It's because what happened to Phoenix Wright is the reason why he wanted to come. No, that's a lie. Yeah, well, Phoenix Wright became a defense attorney because of Miles Edgeworth, and I guess Miles Edgeworth became a defense attorney because of his dad, Gregory. But there's a reason why Miles Edgeworth became a prosecutor, which you will learn from playing the trilogy, one of the first 3 games, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games. But I'm not going to tell you because it's spoilers, just in case you guys are interested in playing. Could I really do such a thing? So yeah, this is the thing that made Phoenix Wright want to become an Ace Attorney. I'm going to be an Ace Attorney, just like my dad. That's his dad. An attorney, like my father. Me. The end. Okay, that's the end of the second episode. Save my progress, yep. Yep, I did say that it might be potentially a short stream, because it all depends when we finish episode 2, because I knew we couldn't finish it yesterday, because there's no way I would have streamed for another 3 hours yesterday. That's why I postponed it till today. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. I can't see myself continuing on. There's not enough time to even get to places. It feels like. So yeah, that will conclude for today's stream. I know it's a bit earlier and shorter than usual, but I did say that it may be potentially a shorter stream. It depends on how long I yap. So let's see who we can raid. Okay. We do have Mango who's playing Elden Ring. If you guys are interested in Elden Ring, I can send you guys over to him. We do have Shiru Tan who's playing some Beat Saber. We have Lumen Rain who did raid us last week or 2 weeks ago. They're playing Zenizon Zero. Also, there is someone who raided us also as well. They're playing Teamfight Tactics right now as well. But yeah, maybe I'm actually thinking Mango, because we don't really get the chance to raid him. I did ask him, he said it's fine to raid him now. So I guess I would have raided someone else. So yeah, let's raid Mango. He doesn't have a mic on, so he's gonna be typing. But yeah, he's playing Elden Ring. So if you want to see the most professional exotic fruit Elden Ring gamer, then look no further, because I'm going to send him to you. I'm going to send him to send you guys to him. It'd be nice if you can follow my socials if you haven't already. Discord is when I notify people when I go live, and on Sundays are when I tend to post my schedules. Like I said a bit earlier in the stream, this is probably the last gaming stream on this channel before Christmas. So yeah, I won't be streaming any more of the gaming stuff on this gaming channel next week. But fret not. I think I'll probably be doing a bit more art streams next week, and obviously there's going to be more streams. Next stream is actually tomorrow, where we're doing an art stream right for YouTuber Friday. So yeah, but fret not. I will be streaming on the Pack 2 channel most likely next week. No mic, Pack 2 channel. We'll see if it'll be Final Fantasy 14. It could be some other stuff, other games. Maybe there might be some games that I'm currently still playing that I want to try and finish off, like Astria Ascending. Maybe Tales of Vesperia if I choose to
download that game, but we'll see. No, not Darkest Times, confirmed. I could stream some stuff, but yeah. Most likely Astria Ascending, maybe if I haven't finished it by then, but we'll see. Or some offline games, maybe like Star Ocean 6 or something, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm off now, so if I don't see you guys, happy holidays. If you don't follow me on the other channels, but as always, guys, take care, be well, and be safe. Thank you, Charles Hill Manias, for the watch streak. As always, guys, take care, be well, and be safe. Bye.